Hello and welcome to my video on the free sets that weren't released with the rest of the January wave. So yesterday was the 1st of January and the new sets were set to release. We'd seen this image for all of them and 4 of them had been sent out to YouTubers, the ones not pointed at by arrows. The other 3 hadn't. So the other 3 were the 75297, the 75298, the 75302. So I'm going to look at them quickly just to give you a bit of an idea. So the Imperial Shuttle is 75302. It's like a really nice background. And then the set itself is really good. It's supposed to be only like £80-ish. So it has yellow studs on each of the tips of the wings. The top wing looks really long and quite similar to previous lengths. And then the other wings look slightly shorter, but the middle part, the cockpit looks smaller, so I think that might be where they cut down some of the size. I think it'll be quite a good set. I think considering they've cut the price down a bit, it'll still be really good. Then the free minifigures are Darth Vader, a Imperial Shuttle pilot, and Luke Skywalker with the blue lightsaber. I'll get to that later, I'm not just skipping over it. Next we have the 75297 4+ Juniors X-wing, Resistance X-wing. So this has a bunch of stickers for printing. I think they might do printing on these sets, I'm not entirely sure though. It's just grey and blue. It's got 2 minifigures, being Poe, BB-8. I do quite like the Poe minifigure, but the rest of the set, meh. 4+ sets aren't going to always look brilliant. Now we move on to the Tauntaun and AT-AT. This is a pretty good set. The AT-AT looks better than the previous version. The Tauntaun we haven't seen before, the Microfighter. It's got white binoculars. I don't know why, they probably should be grey. The Look minifigure's pretty good. He's got a stud shooter, as does the AT-AT pilot. And then the AT-AT pilot also has binoculars, but in this image he doesn't have anywhere to hold them. Bit confusing, but okay then. So they both have leg printing, which is pretty good, and the helmet printing on the AT-AT pilot is really good. So these images were in the back of the instruction manuals for the TIE Fighter, and I also checked the X-wing, the same, the Trouble on Tatooine, and the Microfighter. So these are all the same. So they all have these 2 images, yet they weren't released in the wave. So I went and checked the 2020 summer sets, and this is the image in the back of them. And I checked the back of the instruction books for the General Grievous Starfighter and the AAT, the same thing. All these sets were from that wave, which makes sense, yes. But then this doesn't, because then those 3 sets aren't, so that's a bit confusing. So to just prove this, I went back and checked these are from the 75297, because I've checked the 2 instruction books in a few of these. Seems to be that they always have the same back thing. So this one, all the sets from that wave, and I went back to 2010 to look at the 8092, and all the sets from that wave were here. So this seems to be pretty common. So that's the back from the 8092. So it seems pretty common that they include the ones from that wave, not ones from future waves, which is a bit confusing. So it is why they haven't done this. So that leads me to believe these 3 sets were originally planned to be part of this wave, but then were cancelled for some reason, or delayed. Probably delayed though, out of those 2. And I think it's because of Luke's blue lightsaber. I think they must have had to delay it so then they could fix the box art, and because they probably made that mistake on all the things. Because this was the time scale, they had 10.5 weeks from when the leaked images were, and they had a blue lightsaber, so they probably might not have been enough time, because in 2009 they had 17 weeks from when Plo Koon had a green lightsaber and they changed it to blue. This is explained a bit more thoroughly in my other video why Luke's lightsaber is blue, link in the description below. So if they delayed it to the 1st of March, I heard the summer, I can't remember where, I'm sorry about that. But that would give them 12.5 weeks, which is an easier time scale to work with. And maybe because of coronavirus it had to be delayed or something. I don't think that's very likely though. But then you have, apparently on December 20th, it's 589 to 660 pieces. So I don't know if that was that they'd counted, the rumour was wrong in the first place, or if LEGO changed it. I think that would be the rumour's wrong in the first place. But I don't know, it's a bit of a confusing. So I don't know, maybe these sets will come out in March, maybe later, because I think there's an April wave. So that explains why they weren't released and when I think they will be released. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.